Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher, and I'm the host of both the LCSW Network and the Military Social Work Network. If you're new to both of my channels, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channels, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of both of these channels is to create a community of hope and support, where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Ask a Military Social Worker. So, this episode is really, I won't be responding to a question as much as this is actually a public service announcement for all military U.S. Reservists as well as active duty members, but more so reservists. I am a U.S. Army reservist. I am a 73 Alpha. That's a behavioral health social worker. I've been serving in the reserve component of the U.S. Army for over 12 years now. And so my public service announcement is, again, for all of my fellow and I actually started off my military career in the California Army National Guard, and I transferred over to the U.S. Army Reserves about a year ago. So June of 2023 was my first battle assembly in a U.S. Army Reserve unit. So my message today is, if you are a service member, reservist specifically, that plans to continue serving beyond your minimum service obligation. Usually the minimum service obligation is a total of 8 years. So if you plan on serving beyond that 8-year minimum service obligation, don't leave money on the table. And here's what I mean by that. Back in 2017, 2018, big military, DoD, gave service members the option of either staying in the high 3 legacy for retirement or opting into a new retirement system called blended retirement system. So, and I think after 2018, I believe it became mandatory for all service members coming in after 2018, but I am not a recruiter, so please do your own due diligence if you are a newer service member. But I remember back in 2017, 2018, I had to make some decisions because I was already in at the time. So I had to make some decisions about whether I was going to choose the high 3 legacy retirement plan or opt into the blended retirement system, BRS. So at the time, I chose to opt into the blended retirement plan, blended retirement system. And what that entails is participating in the thrift savings plan, where the military will match you up to 5% of your base pay for contributions. So that's what I opted into that. And with the BRS blended retirement system, again, you have the TSP matching, and the biggest benefit of the blended retirement system is what's called BRS continuation pay. And that's available for service members that are between 8 years and less than 12 years of service. So again, this is my cautionary public service announcement. And this is not something that I'm proud of, but I'm going to share it for educational purposes. So last December, I hit my 12 years of service in the military. And I missed out. And I can put blame on everybody, but ultimately I have to take personal responsibility. Because again, I had to, back in 2018, I had to take that mandatory training. We all had to take this mandatory training to educate us about BRS, blended retirement system, and you had to make a decision about either opting in or opting out. And to say the last 4 years has been busy for me in my career, um, military side of my career as well as my civilian side would be an understatement. But I still have to take responsibility for not advocating between the 8 and 12 year mark to get that BRS continuation pay, which is a sizable it's a sizable payout. And I'm bringing this up today because we had drill weekend or battle assembly weekend this past weekend, and we had a career counselor in my U.S. Army Reserve unit talk to us. He talked to us specifically about the BRS continuation pay. So I'm happy that some of my battle buddies will be able to um, get the BRS continuation pay. So again, this is a cautionary tale. This is a public service announcement. If you have been in the military for more than 8 years, but less than 12 years, get with your career counselor, get with your S1, get with your unit commander, raise your hand, let them know, especially if you plan to. Now, there is an obligation if you do receive this BRS continuation pay. I believe it's a 4-year obligation. Um, but if you're willing to, if you're if you're willing to serve for 4 more years, and if you have the intention of wanting to, um, get to 20 years and then retire, by all means, make sure you're keeping track of your career progression. Okay, this is for, again, all of my service members, whether you're active duty, reserve, um, Army Reserve, Navy Reserve, National Guard, Coast Guard, Space Force, Air Force, Marines, active duty, Navy. Wherever you are in the service, again, if you're planning to do 20 years in the military, make sure you don't leave that money on the table. Okay. If I can, if I can help one service member out, if you see this video and you're in that situation where you never heard about or you forgot about the training, because we in the military we do lots of trainings, right? We do lots of training, so it's easy to forget this over time, And again, I can come up with all kind of excuses for why I didn't sign up for it, but that's on me. And at the end of the day, career management is each individual military service member's responsibility, right? While commanders may have responsibility to put out information, and career counselors also, they may have responsibility, but nobody's going to manage your career. Ultimately, that's up to each of us to manage our own career and make sure that we are tapping into all of the bonuses and incentives that we're eligible for. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.